Welcome back to Daytime Live. A senior crime fighter is among a number of Jamaicans who have had their SIM cards repossessed and reassigned by telecommunications providers. However, in this case, sensitive information from informants has now ended up in the hands of a stranger. Now, joining us to talk about recycled phone numbers and how it is putting digital privacy at risk is a friend of the show by now. We have friend of the show, cybersecurity consultant Trevor Forrest. He is CEO of Technology Solutions. Welcome back, sir.
Hi, good to be
here. Let's jump right into it.
Hi. Yeah, I like it.
Let's get right, because we don't want to really waste a lot of time on this information. Why are recycled phone numbers such a security risk?
All right, that's really because a lot of people use their phone numbers as an identifier. So if you think about it, the way the banks contact you, insurance companies, hospitals, all of these different places, is based on a phone number. I mean, yeah, we're in the age of email addresses and so on. Not everybody has an email. Right. Not everybody wants to use an email. So the key identifier for contacting you is a phone number. It's important to understand that the pool of numbers is finite. I mean, there was a time when the entire Caribbean was one area code. And it's just in the 90s that Jamaica got 876.
No, we have two.
No, just recently, very recently, we assigned another one because it was recognized that
I don't see a lot of that though.
It hasn't been fully deployed yet. But because of that now, prior to that, the telcos had to, based on the increase in demand of numbers, they had to shrink the time with which they would allow a number to, go out of total use. And as such, numbers would be reassigned. People wouldn't even tell the telcos that they're no longer using the numbers. So when it went inactive, it would contribute to a decrease in the number of numbers. So they would recycle numbers, and what would happen is people would forget
to alert the relevant
tell
parties.
The different parties that, oh, my number has changed, and as such, you start to get communications, whether SMS or WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is tied to your number. And what it does is it creates a situation that would be threat actors can take advantage of the fact that, oh, you no longer use this number. I wonder if you have services tied to this that I can take advantage of, like your bank account. So, if you make a request to the bank to change information on your account, they'll communicate with you via text message or a phone call. And so those are some of the things that are causing it to be a serious thing. In the case of this, the police officer, the number was relinquished and somebody else got a number and immediately started to see confidential informant information show up. And luckily, it's the kind of person who contacted the authorities, so that could have been treated with. But it's a real
problem. So that's why telecommunications companies tend to recycle numbers, just for the fact that they're running out of numbers. But the other thing that I was unaware, I was like, why is this such a problem? But they also use your number as a verification process. So when you call the bank to say, blah, 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 they'll be like, what's your number? And once you tell them your number, they're like, okay, you are the person you say you are.
Or
so once you know what the number is,
the number comes right up. Your insurance company.
Even to order food from whoever, you give them the number and then deliver the food at your house.
Even sometimes logging into certain information sites or there's a verification, it sends your phone, yes, it's me, or no, it's me.
Exactly, and that's tied to your number.
That's tied to your number.
So absolutely.
That's why the recycling of the number can create a scenario where somebody who now has your number through almost legitimate means. Because if you think about the SIM jacking, which is the illegitimate means of getting a number and perpetrating a crime. Here, you're getting a number. And everything that's tied to it, that hasn't been changed.
So we now understand why telecommunications companies are recycling numbers. We get the need for it. Like we said, we're running out of numbers, all that kind of stuff. What can you
Well, not
do
anymore,
though?
but-
What are the solutions that persons can do to ensure that this is no longer an issue?
Right. So the best thing to do is try to keep your number, which is not always something that we can do.
Yeah, by the way, I remember something.
Yeah, if you find yourself in a position where you have lost your number, it is now your responsibility to notify every entity or person or company that you gave that number to. You're no longer in possession or use of that number. So don't send anything related to me to that number.
So you wouldn't say it's an idea to keep updating your number? You don't think, like your email address?
Not needed. I mean, I've had my number.
I have to
since
update my email
2006.
address.
So like for instance, my phone is a dual SIM, right? One number is my personal number, one is my company number.
Right.
I don't really use a company number to make a lot of calls. So inadvertently, you just sit there for maybe like 3 months
Right.
without my usage.
Activity.
And then it goes dormant, no?
And then it goes dormant.
And then you lose it
But
if
you
you don't
don't
put money
know.
on it. Yes,
you
that's what I'm
really and
saying.
truly don't
Right.
know.
So
That's
that
when you lose
that
it.
is precisely what happens to some people.
Right.
They have the number, they don't use it.
Right.
But the telcos say, oh, this number looks inactive, because you do have people who get a SIM, use it for a week, don't use it again, but they don't tell the telco.
Right.
And it's up to the telco now, again, with finite resources that are running out, to check to see if a number is being used. And if over a period of time, I think it's 90 to 120 days, if it's not being used, then it's deactivated and reassigned.
I don't think that's
so
fair,
that's what.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
No, because
I think that's too soon.
That's something that is
Yeah, but
simple.
what happens is when you have the deficit in numbers,
Yeah.
then you'll go to a telco and say, I need a phone. And they say, yeah, we have no numbers to give you.
There's add a 1, just change the 1 to a 2. I'm joking.
But it's finite.
Just change
Fine,
it.
it's-
I hear
it's
that. I hear that.
So it's
I hear that.
999.
I hear that.
10 million.
10 million.
10 million.
That you
Okay, so
get
how
for
can
an area
persons
code.
find out
Right.
more information on social media from
Right.
you? Because I know people
Listen.
people want to know.
Well, I mean, I'm on IG at Trevor Forrest. I'm on Twitter as well, same thing.
And the company?
And your company?
876 Solutions. We have our website, 876solutions.com. On all the social media platforms, it's at 876 Solutions.
So any other questions persons have, they can just...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, excellent.
All right,
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I need to at least add some
Right?
credit to it.
$10
Yeah, man.
because
keep the activity.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's just like dormant bank accounts. Just transfer $1 just so that them don't make your account dormant.
Yeah.
So same thing.
Same thing.
Right.
That is true.
And because we have new area code now, they should have more
numbers.
more
And when is that
numbers
being
for us.
rolled out? I know we're out of time.
It has
When will that
been.
be? Oh, it has. Fully
They
deployment.
just need to now start assigning and reassigning.
All right, thank
Okay,
you so
all right.
much.
Thank you so much for joining us. On that note, Daytime Live will be right back, and we're back with a music video from none other than Nadine Sutherland. You don't want to miss it. This will come.